De'arra's interview was essentially a masterclass on rebranding, rebuilding, and reimagining yourself as a businesswoman and a content creator. Eat the meat and spit out the bones. That's what my mom always says. So I see there's a lot of controversy around De'arra's interview with Cam Newton, but let me give you some of the key masterclass advice that De'arra gave during this interview. I don't give a damn about the drama and who she's sleeping with, but let me give you the tea about what she did give you in terms of how to be a successful content creator. Step number one for De'arra is her handy dandy notebook. What she does is she writes everything down in her notes folder, and she makes sure that she not only begins with the title of her video, she knows the title of her video before she even knows what the video is going to be about, which I thought was genius. So she gets the title. So for example, I'm going to use the video she has up now. It's called Fall is Here, my pumpkin matcha recipe, fall decor shopping, decorating, and more. And then in her description, she has fall is here, my favorite season. Come fall decor shopping with me, homemade pumpkin matcha and real pumpkin and more. And then what she does is she has her to-do list. And she says she obviously is really organized in real life with her Lorvay and all her projects that she has and her pop-up shops. But within that, she creates to-do lists for those things, her personal life, and for her YouTube videos, so that as she's going through each and every item, so once she makes the pumpkin latte, once she does the shopping decor, she checks off each thing on the list, but she's also checking those things off in the video as well. She also talks about brand identity and showing up as your full authentic self. So that was another thing. So she puts each script that she's writing for her videos, she sees them as like more cinematic, like she's writing an actual script for a movie. She doesn't just see it as a piece of content. She also mentioned that in each of her videos, she has A roll, she knows what her B roll is going to be, and she knows how each cinematic shot is going to be taken. She envisions it in her head, and she also writes this down in her handy dandy notebook. So take heed of that. If you guys are making content, make sure it's all scripted out before you decide to do your vlogs, and there just aren't these random boring vlogs that they're entertaining and curated, and you're the author of your own script. That's what I got from it. She's essentially said several times that she sees it as creating her own episode, her own movie. This series is actually under an umbrella too, so she creates playlists as well. This is called the Home I Own series, and also she mentioned that this is the first episode of her fall vlog. So not only does she have the Home I Own series, which she directs you to in her descriptions, she also has her fall vlogs, which is another entity, and I'm sure she has her own just random general vlogs as well. So it's nice that she categorizes everything, because she says her audience loves her fall vlogs, and those are her most popular vlogs, so she is able to categorize them off. And just kind of, if you are just a fall girly right now, you can have a cup of coffee and literally watch De'arra throughout the years do all her fall decor over the years. Or you can set up another playlist where you can watch her do her, if you're like into design and interior design, you can watch her do her decorations and her home decor with the Home I Own series. It's really organized, and she keeps things like that in her notes folder. De'arra also mentioned personal branding and how important that is. And the reason it is important is because you want to create legacy and long-term longevity for not only herself, but for her kids, her grandkids, and so on and so forth. So she talked about this by being able to not only do brand deals and brand partnerships, which are important for her, but if you notice, they're not as important for her. She said the thing that has been key for her is building authenticity with her audience and creating a true friendship and a kind of a parasocial, strong connection, because her fans, whether or not you guys are bashing her on the internet right now about the things and saying it was a terrible interview, but her core audience, her OGs, hey OGs, they are going to follow her wherever she goes, because she's created a relationship with them since she was 19 years old. This has allowed her to do those amazing pop-up shops to sell out every single time. Her LORVA brand. And also I learned that Lorva, it's Taylor, which is her last name, and Verche, which is her middle name, together. So that's how she got the Lorva. And I thought that was really cute and unique. So it also says take pieces of you and you can create unique brandings for yourself within your own authenticity, using your name, using your middle name, using part of a popular part of your name that you find, beautiful. So just taking pieces of yourself and making sure you're marking those pieces of yourself appropriately. De'arra also talked about strategic partnership and having a team that not only supports you, but sees it through and sees the big picture for you. So she says some people will want to join a team just to kind of be in her presence, so to speak. But there are others who see the full vision and see that this is a multi-million-dollar business and she is a mogul, and they step into it with the business plan and being prepared to step into that. So that was like a twofer for me. So it's also, if you are going in to work within a mogul or a company, you go in prepared and you go in knowing background and where the brand sees their vision going. If you are like a brand strategist, you go in knowing what you want for the brand, and you don't just go in trying to make friends. It's good to make friends on the back end if you can, but this is a business, and that's what she always hones in when she's creating strategic partners with people, because she said in the past she's had people just who want to come in just for the ride, to go on these beautiful travel trips and things like that. But once she kind of realized and fortified her mapped out her trajectory, she realized it's more important to have people who see the bigger vision for herself. She also talked about, I would say, mental health in a sense, and self-care, and having that work-life balance. She discussed making sure that you take breaks for yourself. And Cam interjected and said a lot of people can't take breaks like you can. But she says, again, she's fortified that relationship with her consumers, her viewers, and she was able to do that. So for yourself, as you're building content, of course, bring people in, but you have to know when to hold them and when to fold them. You have to know when it's important for you to take breaks so you can recalibrate with who you are. And Cam made a joke that at the end of this interview, you're going to go back and see your show for a long time. So a lot of these think pieces and negativity, she'll never see them. Thank God for that. And I'll add one more thing about these think pieces and the negativity based on, again, what I said earlier. You guys have been praising Kim Kardashian for her masterclass, and the one thing she said in that masterclass is that visibility is king. If you don't have a presence on the internet, then you are not going to be successful in your business. And as much negativity as she's getting for some of the things that were addressed in Cam's interview, at the very tail end of it, the bigger picture is she has so many more people who knows who De'arra Taylor is, who are going to be in partnership with her, and is going to see that in one day that video has over 300K views. And you know what that translates into? Dollar bills, y'all. What did Shador Sanders say? I'm the one you've been waiting for. You got to have that type of vibe. You have to go into it with that mentality, like shark mentality, like it's mine for the taking. De'arra shows us that her brand is created on herself. It isn't based on some brand deals or some backing. It's just through hard work and intentionality on her part. She elevated herself through discipline, authenticity, and strategic direction. The interview frames De'arra as the modern blueprint for digital entrepreneurship. She's authentic, intentional, brand focused, and business minded. And this is what shapes who De'arra is as a brand and as a whole. Her growth comes from discipline, ownership, and knowing that reinvention is a competitive advantage. De'arra shows us that success isn't just luck, it is intentional. Overall, despite what the feedback is from the negative naysayers, I truly enjoyed this masterclass from De'arra, and I appreciate her doing the interview and dropping so many gems. If you guys want to watch the video, I'll leave it in the description here on YouTube. If you guys are watching on TikTok, then you can go to my YouTube page and click the link, or go watch the link from Cam. It's your girl, Nico Nicole, and this is Give This Girl a Mic. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.